Hello, I'm Rodney with the 80s Resistance, and today I'm here to take a look at Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, a TV companion by Patrick Jankowitz with a foreword by Aaron Gray. Now, as someone who grew up in the late 70s and early 80s, few things held such a dear place in my heart as the Buck Rogers television series. It was Glenn Larson's attempt to sort of retool after the failure of Battlestar Galactica. He made a sort of lighter, cheaper, sexier TV show, and it really does capture the zeitgeist of that late 70s, early 80s Star Wars disco era. It's very colorful, very fun. It's charmingly cheesy, and it's got a great cast with great chemistry, wonderful villains, just a very clear aesthetic, and especially the first season really had a sense of identity. It was a show that knew what it was. And it was a lot of fun. And as a kid, between the action, the adventure, the aliens, the beautiful girls, it was just, it was great. Every Thursday night, it was something to look forward to, and I loved it. And the thing is that while Buck was a hit in the day, it was a modest hit in the when it first came on, the first season especially. They retooled in the second season, and it unfortunately never was renewed for a third season. And while a staple of sort of early to mid-late 80s syndication, by the late 80s to the early 90s, Buck had kind of disappeared. And it's kind of still out there in the wilderness for the most part. There's not a whole lot of Buck out there. A lot of fond memories, a lot of love, but not a whole lot in terms of merchandise or certainly no follow-up. There's been a lot of talk of it, a lot of interest, but nothing's really materialized. So, especially when you compare it to the likes of Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, even Battlestar Galactica, which it's related to through Glenn Larson, has just tons of books, tons of material out there, all types of good stuff. Not so much in the world of Buck Rogers. So when I found out about this book, which came out about 2 years ago, but I found out about a year late, don't know how I missed that, but I'm kind of ashamed of it, but better late than never. But when I found out that they had made a book about Buck Rogers, I instantly ordered it from Amazon, and like I say, it's great. If we want to be analytical, is this the dream book of Buck Rogers I always wanted? No, that's probably a much nicer coffee table book with a lot of art and color pictures and glossy pages, and it's probably like $100 book that like 80 people are going to buy. But you know what? For a starting point, considering the fact that there was no Buck Rogers books out there before this is not a bad little book. It has interviews with most of the cast and crew. It's got interviews with different people associated with the production, directors, people who worked on the show. A wide range of people actually do get interviewed here, and it gives you a nice overview of what it was kind of like to be on the set of Buck Rogers during that time from 1979 to 1981. So definitely a fun read if you're a Buck Rogers fan. Probably my biggest disappointment is, like I said, my dream Buck Rogers book would be something with nice, vibrant pictures and color and something that really highlights a cool production design of it. And unfortunately, while there are a lot of pictures in this book, they're all grainy black and white photos. I mean, the space vampire deserves, better than a grainy photo. So this is all sort of a letdown. But if you can get beyond the very minimal visuals and get to the substance of it, the book is fine. It's a casual read, it's a light read, it's a fast read, and like I say, at this moment, it's really the only real read out there. So it's definitely worth investing in. Maybe it's available hardcover, softcover, as well as Kindle. I think the Kindle's significantly cheaper. It might be worth just going with the Kindle version. I kind of split the difference and went with the softcover version, but I don't regret it. I enjoyed reading it. I actually bought a copy for a couple friends I know who like Buck Rogers. I think they enjoyed it. So definitely solid. But hopefully someone out there is working on the definitive Buck Rogers book that will blow me away. And I would love to see that. Until then, this was a nice read. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you want more videos, reviews of stuff from the 80s and late 70s, subscribe. There's plenty more on the horizon, so I look forward to bringing that to you. And like I say, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it there.